good evening to you and welcome to the Ford Park Arena here in Beaumont, Texas. And welcome to Peak Fighting presents PFC 26. Our early prelims this evening begin with 3 rounds in the PFC Amateur Lightweight Division, presented to you by Peak Pass, where you can watch every event and set exclusive content for only $4.99 a month. Subscribe now at peakfighting.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a boxer, tonight making his Peak Fighting debut. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 155.3 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, here is Pablo Pitbull Alba. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a striker, also making his Peak Fighting debut. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 155.9 pounds. Fighting out of the Alamo City, San Antonio, Texas, by way of St. Pete, Florida, here is Jason Lambert. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Solis.
And here we go, our first bout of the evening.
Oh boy.
Let's get ready. PFC 26, Beaumont, Texas, Ford Arena. Adair Byerly, Brad Robinson.
Man, Jason did not take his eyes off of him the entire time.
And immediately comes out with heavy pressure, looking to push this fight forward. Gets him wrapped up against the cage, looking for a takedown here.
Yep, Jason is putting that pressure on Pablo.
Has the underhook on the far side.
Come on, Jason. Go to the back, go to the back, good. Around the legs.
Definitely not what I expected to see coming out. Was this fight turning into
Looks like
a
it
grappling match.
exactly down to the ground.
Now strap him, strap the leg.
And lands inside control. Beautiful position for Jason to be in. Let's see if he can start to work.
Strap the legs, strap the legs, strap the legs.
I will say Jason surprised me. I was expecting it to be more of a stand-up fight, and he immediately said, nope, we're going to switch it up on you guys. Take it out of the ground. Let me show you what I can do.
Especially when he says that his strength is that somebody's going to catch these hands.
You can see Pablo there stopping Jason from getting that leg through.
Underhook.
And Jason's definitely going to want to start landing some shots here, or the ref will stand them up and take this.
Go, give me some strikes, Jason. Give me some strikes.
Take this fight back to the feet.
Give me some strikes, Jason. Strikes. Strikes. Let's go. Strikes. Let's go. You got to pass now, Jason. You got to move.
Yeah,
Pablo's
looks
doing
like
a
he
great
has
job at just neutralizing the threat here, holding his
Yeah,
head.
he's holding that leg down, preventing him from moving around.
Let's go. Landing shots now. Let's go. Head on the chin. Fire up. Let's go. Head on the chin. Fire up. Give me the elbow at the top. Oh, sorry, no elbow.
Jason's going to have to get a little creative here.
Punches, punches.
He's got that overhook on the far side, which is keeping Jason from being able to posture up and land those shots. But he's really, Jason really needs to start working here.
Turn around his head.
Oh, we've got a little movement coming.
Head under the chin.
Pablo doing a great job with that underhook and with the
Circle your right
C-guard.
arm around, Jason. Circle your right arm around. I need the underhook on your right arm.
Pablo is doing a great job defending this, but I will say, as tight as he's holding on, we may experience some blowout of muscles here in a minute when Jason passes and gets what he wants to get.
Jason's starting to land some shots to the body,
I want to see you passing now,
trying to soften him up a little bit.
Now, Jason, pass. All the way around the back. Go all the way around the back. Let's go. All the way around the back, Jason. Bring your hips up. Come around the back. Bring your hips up. Come around the back. Yeah.
Pablo doing a great job with that knee shield,
Go.
just
Go.
keeping Jason at a very awkward angle by elevating his hips to where he can't land any heavy shots.
Trying to keep him in his guard, and we can hear Jason's corner telling him to try and pass. And they're standing it up. There we go.
Go, 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 go. Watch the leg kick. Watch the leg kick. Watch the leg kick.
Well, into the first round, not as we expected this fight to start out, but I mean, that round was all Jason.
Yeah.
All control time by
Yeah,
Jason
he did a
Lambert.
lot of control time on that, and I think it may have thrown Pablo for a loop there.
We'll see what kind of guidance Pablo's coaches give him in the corner, see what adjustments can be made. Give us your thoughts on the first round, Adair.
Well, like I said, I was surprised that it went to the ground so quickly, but I do think Pablo did a great job defending Jason from moving and getting those dominant positions that he was wanting, but Jason did not let up on any of that pressure. So I would say that round went to Jason.
Well, all control time is what the first round was about. As we get set for round number 2, big shout out to one of our sponsors, Boost Finance. If you need some financing, Boost can get it done for you. Be sure to check out Boost Finance. Round number 2, our opening matchup of the evening.
You can see going into the second round, Pablo has a little bit of a redness under the left eye. Ooh.
Beautiful checked kick there. And
Looks like
immediately they
they're going for a
clinch.
tie.
Beautiful
Oh,
throw.
Nice toss.
Beautiful throw there.
And then we have Jason back, trying to get on top.
Right knee up over body. Let's go.
And again, both guys end up in the same position as we saw in round 1.
Jason, mount. Mount, Jason.
And see what Pablo's doing this clever. Oh, there we go. He finally got that leg out.
Mount. Mount. Let's go. Knee up on his belly. Let's mount. Knee up.
We're going to keep seeing Jason move here to dominate this side control that he has.
Give me some head strikes, Jason. Head strikes. Let's go. Now punching. 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 Let's
Jason
go.
landing some shots,
Hey, now. Inside.
trying to
Inside.
soften
Gets on
up
the inside, Jason.
Pablo.
Gets on the inside.
And Pablo
Let's go.
can't
Stand up,
be
punch.
content
Put
here.
your
He
face
has
down.
to open up
face
his
down, punch.
guard and start looking to get this fight
Get
back to the
separation.
feet.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I will say it looks like he was putting him in the guard to try and help control him a little more, but as we're seeing, as soon as he gets in that guard, Jason's just going to start going with those hands.
Space.
Because he's clearly losing this fight from a control standpoint. And he has to get back to his feet if he wants a shot at not only stealing the second round, but winning this fight.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's go. Head, Jason. We got to move. Now pass guard. Let's go. His guard's open.
And
Back to the
ref-
feet. The ref stands him up,
Step through, Jason. Let's
looking
go.
for
More
more
action,
action.
guys.
Beautiful overhand right
Nice
there by
knee.
Pablo, but immediately they clinch again. Another throw.
Another throw.
And this time Pablo ends up
Oh,
in
we
side
see a
control.
tap here. We see a tap. It looks like
Passes the full mount. He may get a stop here.
Jason is waving.
Nasty shots. It's over. Pablo
Oh, my goodness.
almost gets it done in round 2.
I think there was an injury there with Jason when that toss happened.
He gets it done by knockout.
Pablo's yelling at his cage side. He said, we thought that he was going to grapple with him. Yeah, it looks like Jason got an injury there when Pablo tossed him.
What a
was
way
thinking there.
to pull it out, because Pablo was losing this fight. But man,
I want to see the replay. It does look like when they were against the fence and Pablo went to toss him that I saw an immediate tap from Jason, and I don't think the ref may have caught it. But, I mean, as we can see now, Jason's laying on the ground, signaling to his shoulder.
let's take a look at that replay and see if we can see what you're discussing there. Beautiful throw.
Oh,
Ooh,
that back shoulder there.
he may have
Yeah,
dislocated.
see that tap? That's the one I was talking about. Yeah, and you can see here he taps again, waving to the ref, trying to signal that he has been hurt.
What a way to get it done. Pablo Pitbull Alba. Woo! What a way to kick off PFC 26.
Referee in charge, Joe Solis, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 2 minutes and 8 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by TKO, Pablo Pitbull Alba.
I am here with your winner, Pablo Alba. What a way to start off PFC 26. How you feeling?
Feeling good, trained for it, got it done. That's how we do it.
Did it surprise you about him taking the fight to the ground and really trying to control you and neutralize your boxing and your stand-up abilities?
Yeah, I wanted to strike. That's what I thought we were going to do, but I trained for everything, so.
It looked like when you threw him with that hip toss that he dislocated his shoulder in that moment. Did you feel him tap?
Not really. I was trying to finish the fight.
How soon can we expect to see you back in here?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, Pablo Alba.
As we look at the tail of the tape, obviously debut fights for both fighters. Little discrepancy in weight there. Not sure exactly what happened, but this is a lightweight bout. I'm sorry, a catchweight bout now.
Yep.
Amateur catchweight bout. 152 pounds. Let's go.
Fight fans of Beaumont, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 rounds and an amateur catchweight at 152 pounds. Presented to you by Red's Ice House, home of the official Peak Fighting After Party. Finish fight night with us at Red's Ice House. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a mixed martial artist making his peak fighting debut. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 151.6 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, by way of Cali, Colombia, here is Matias Munoz. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist, also making his peak fighting debut. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 153.9 pounds. Fighting out of Beaumont, Texas, here is Colton McElhinney. And our referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
You wear this one.
We go, second match of the evening. Matias Munoz taking on Colton McElhinney. Colton comes out and immediately throws that outside leg kick, goes back to it again.
Fighters immediately going to the center of the cage. Oh, nice leg catch.
Matias gets the takedown. Let's see what kind of action we get out of it. Looks like he's setting up what's he going here? Oh, he's got rubber guard right here.
Gotta be careful not to give him that arm. He's gonna slam him.
Matias doing a great job at defending the guard action, very active guard, but back to his feet, Colton goes.
Good way of standing
And immediately comes out throwing. Beautiful elbow over the top, just misses there.
You can see a little bit of antsiness when they're tied up with each other.
Inside the cage.
But both gentlemen are doing a good job.
Beautiful knee there to the body. Goes back to it again. Matias delivers one as well.
It did seem like some of those punches from Matias were actually not only landing but hurting Robert a little, and I think that he picked that up. So I would advise him keep on using those hands.
That's good. Look for takedown alongside this cage.
Beautiful clinch work up against the cage. Colton looking to take this fight to the ground.
Oh.
Ducks under and eats a knee as he's going for that takedown. And again, beautiful throw there, but Colton was keen to it. Looking for that single leg. Steps on the outside.
Just kind of climbing the body there. Matias brings it back up to the feet.
And he is really fighting for this takedown, but gets thrown in the process and right back to his feet. Slips on that knee. And Colton definitely looks a little exhausted here in this first round.
Yeah.
Let's see if Matias can capitalize on that. Beautiful straight two.
And those punches are landing.
Gonna 30 seconds to go in the first round. Big gasp here by both fighters.
Ooh, throwing haymakers.
Beautiful outside leg kick there by Colton.
Nice set. Nice set.
We're already starting to see the fight slow down just a little.
And you can see how exhausted Colton McElhinney is as he goes back to his corner, breathing with his mouth wide open, immediately sits down on the stool, and it definitely appears that Matias is the fresher fighter after that first round.
Fighters are looking good.
We need to get on top of it.
As we take a look at the replay here, beautiful outside leg kick there by Colton, but Matias doing a great job at catching that, puts him on his butt.
We're good. We gotta keep pushing.
And here we look at some exchanges. Beautiful knee straight up the middle, just misses.
Yep, that was a energy exchange that tired out some of our fighters here.
As we get set for round number 2. Matias Munoz, Colton McElhinney, catchweight bout, 152 pounds, amateur debut for both of these fighters, second of 3 rounds. Of course, all of our amateur fights 3-minute rounds compared to our pro fights at 5 minutes.
But see, this time Colton's playing the long game a little bit more instead of tying up with Matias.
Nice. And Colton is keeping his hands extremely low with his chin straight up in the air. He's got to be careful, as any one of these shots from Matias can land at and put his lights out at any moment.
Absolutely. Seeing here that they're trying to go for another takedown.
Colton's got double underhooks here. And he's got to be careful because Matias can step on the outside. And we've been actually seeing a lot of hip tosses already on this fight card.
Yeah, we have.
He's got that single leg.
Oh, nice trip and down to the ground.
But Matias keen to it, doing a great job at transitioning and ending up on top. Let's see if he can land some more damage this time as they're on the ground.
It's like Colton has him tied down pretty tightly.
Again, going for rubber guard. It's really hard to do, though, up against the cage.
Yeah.
Especially with the pressure on his neck, as you see here, as Matias is lifting him and just keeping an insane amount of pressure on his chest.
I wonder what he's going for, trying to bring that leg up. It's such a tight position against that cage to get a leveraging momentum for a fighter. Good pass. Continues.
Beautiful pass here. And delivering some nasty shots.
And showering down those punches.
Up, back to your feet, back to your feet. There you go.
Oh,
going for
got an ankle lock here.
Going for a straight ankle lock. Transitioning, looks like he's going for a heel hook here. Just slips out.
Now he goes for it. Spider's
now
legs
he
are
can
tied
use
up.
this to come up and take the back, yep.
Yep.
And he does. Got one hook in.
Oh,
Rear
just
naked
stepped
choke here.
over and has it tight behind the neck. Whoa!
It's over. Colton McElhinney by rear naked choke.
Another impressive comeback.
What a way to pull this fight out. What a debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad, calls a stop to the fight at 2 minutes 48 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by tap out from a rear naked choke, Colton McElhinney.
Well, I am here with your winner, Colton McElhinney. Colton, you get it done in your debut. How good does that feel?
Feels amazing.
And talk about the amount of pressure that you felt coming in here, fighting in front of your hometown. Did you have any pressure, or did you feel confident coming in that you had enough to get it done?
I felt pretty confident coming in. That first round, he dropped me with I don't know what it was, one of his punches. He's a strong dude. And after that, I felt a little pressure, but ultimately I got it done. And I'm just excited that I got to do it in front of my hometown.
Well, it was a beautiful performance. How quickly can we expect to see you back inside the cage?
Hey, I'm ready in about 35 minutes if y'all got somebody else for me.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Your hometown kid, Colton McElhinney.
AME welterweight bout, 6'4", height advantage for Austin Clayton. 3-0 record versus the 21-year-old Kaimbe Lukusa, 1-0 record. And with that, here is the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC Amateur Welterweight Division. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Download the app today and sign up to support your favorite content creators. Introducing you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist, holding an undefeated amateur record at 1-0. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 169.6 pounds. Fighting out of Flower Mound, Texas, by way of Kinshasa, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Here is the Midnight Crawler, Kaimbe Lukusa. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a freestyle fighter, holding an undefeated amateur record at 3-0. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 170.9 pounds. Fighting out of Scottsdale, Arizona, by way of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here is the undefeated Austin Cliffy Clayton. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Solis.
Well, this is our early prelim main event. Kaimbe Lukusa taking on Austin Clayton. Welterweight division. You don't want to blink because somebody's O is about to go. Coming out
with a flying knee there. Both of these guys are just tall, which means we're probably going to get a lot of cool long distance movements and striking going on.
Love the karate stance there from Austin Clayton, but immediately gets taken down to the ground, pops back up to his feet.
Oh,
looking for a guillotine here. Standing guillotine.
Is it tight? Oh, it looks pretty tight right there. Let's see if he'll fight through it. Looks like he still has some
and
space
he's out.
there, yep. And he goes right back.
Keep tapping him, keep tapping him. Stay calm and relax. Stay calm and relax.
Wants to take it back to the feet.
Looks like Kaimbe Lukusa is grabbing that overhook. Looks like he was trying to sweep him there for a second, but Austin Clayton very keen to it and delivering some beautiful shots.
Trying to get him to stand back up.
Baiting him back up to his
back
feet.
to where he wants to fight.
Beautiful teep kick there. Goes up high,
Good,
just
nice.
misses. But Kaimbe delivers a beautiful straight two. But Austin Clayton, relentless with this pressure.
Nice. Austin is just straight down the middle with his punching and his pressure.
And it's very
Stacking
clear that there is a gigantic size and strength difference between these two fighters. I was curious to see if Kaimbe not cutting weight was going to be a factor going into this fight, and it definitely seems like it is.
It looks like Austin is in great shape.
Put your knee on the chest.
Nice body shot.
Just missing with those shots there. Up against the cage is Austin Clayton.
Keep working, keep working.
Kaimbe's got to find a way to get some space and some separation from this cage, or Austin is going to keep him here and just continuing to deliver some vicious ground and pound.
And you can see that Austin just slightly standing up. He does want to bring this back to the feet, and if he doesn't, he says, hey, I'm going to stack you, and I'm just going to go for the face. Looks like he's trying to get
Steps over the
great
mount.
onto the mount. Pressing the face down, showering down those punches. We see.
Sinks in the rear naked choke here. Could he get the finish in the first round?
Isolating
Just
the neck.
under 30 seconds
Looks
to
pretty
go.
tight. He's flattening him out, going back to the punches.
Let's go of the rear naked choke and just delivering some vicious ground and
Doesn't
pound.
look like Kaimbe is doing a lot of defending here.
And that's
And
it.
he calls the fight.
3 fights, 3 finishes. What a way to kick off.
These haven't even made it to the third
PFC
round.
26 fight card.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Joe Solis, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 2 minutes 48 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Austin Cliffy Clayton.
I am here with your winner, Austin Clayton. Austin, you made it look easy. How you feeling?
Damn, man, I'm feeling pretty good. First, I want to shout out my family. They all here. They came to support me, man. I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm from Arizona. Definitely not from here, but they came out and they showed out. My pops, my coach, my pops right there. But, man, how am I feeling, man? I'm feeling pretty good. This is a takeover, man. I've been trying to tell people, respect the Kaimbe. A lot of people, they look me up. They're like, nah, I ain't fighting that dude. That dude fought me, and not only did he fight me, he came in and tried to take a shot. I mean, I felt a little disrespected, but it is what it is. I respect it. It's cool.
Did it surprise you of the size and strength difference that it seemed like you had in there tonight?
Nah, man, I'm not going to go into details, but I cut a good amount of weight, and I definitely ain't 170 here tonight. So, actually, the real thing is, I'm trying to go pro, man. I'm trying to not waste my time as an amateur, man. Tonight we had knees, elbows. I could do it all, man. I'm doing what a professional does, and I'm on that level. So, there's only one fight I'm looking for from the amateur level, and if that kid don't accept it, he's 6-1, 7-1. I want to challenge, man. I want to get in here. I want to go 3 rounds. I want to go through a war. I want to get pushed. I just don't know if amateur got that for me. So we might have to go pro soon.
So who is it that you would like to face next? You got the stage. Make the call out.
Andrew Mickelson. He's a former Division I football player. And I think that would be the first fight that, you know, I actually have something to gain from. All these other fights is like, man, if we had odds, I would bet the house on me, dude. I mean, even though we don't got good odds in my favor, I'm probably minus 4,000 today. But, man, I need to be betting some money on me, man. Come on, that's easy money.
Well, it was a beautiful performance, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Cliffy Clayton.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC Amateur Bantamweight Division. Presented to you by TipShare, the ultimate platform for restaurant professionals. Check them out today at gettipshare.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a freestyle fighter with an amateur record at 1-0. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 135 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, here is Benjamin Guevara. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a jiu-jitsu practitioner, holding an amateur record of 2 victories opposite a single defeat. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 136.3 pounds. Fighting out of Port Arthur, Texas, is Dominick Green. And our referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Well, here we go. Benjamin Guevara, Dominick Green, bantamweight division. Everything is on the line. Both fighters come out touching gloves, and Dominick Green immediately establishes control, goes up high with that kick, just misses. And Benjamin Guevara back with the pressure.
Nice leg hedge there. And he's throwing hard.
Beautiful inside leg kick there. Beautiful uppercut,
Nice uppercut
by Dominick Green.
Wow, Dominick.
Oof.
Oh, looks like
Hurt
that
him with that inside leg kick. Goes up high.
Getting a little lace up here on the cage.
And this is exactly what Dominick wants to do in this situation. With him not being able to put pressure on that lead leg, he wants to get this fight up against the cage and get this fight to the ground
Bringing
as
it down
quickly
to
as
the
he
ground.
can. Beautiful
There we go,
takedown.
just as he wanted it. And let's see him work.
Transition, looks to transition to the back there, but ends up on bottom. We'll see if he can start implementing some offense here off of his back.
Oh,
He's got a triangle
already
here.
going, oh my goodness.
Locking up that triangle.
Not, he's going for
Transition
that
into an
arm.
armbar.
Bringing him back down. Oh my goodness. This is like a boa constrictor.
Transitions to the armbar.
Gonna
But gets
slam
slammed
him.
here.
Still keeps going, keeps
What a
going.
beautiful job there by Benjamin
Nice.
Guevara. Has the guillotine, but Dominick steps over into side control, which neutralizes that threat. And all Benjamin is going to do is gas out his arms here if he continues to squeeze. And he ends up, looks like he's trying to let go, but Dominick's got that arm trapped.
Man, usually when you see people get slammed on their back like that, it'll take off, take the breath out of them, and then they can't keep going. But, Dominick said nope.
Immediately
Continue to move.
transitions to mount and then takes the back.
Oh, nice roll.
Rolls through. It looks like he's setting up a twister here.
Goodness.
Ends up taking the back.
Continues to roll. Dominick, the BJJ practitioner.
Gets the body lock. Can he get under the chin? He's got it locked
He has
in.
it pretty tight. And he's fighting those hands. Benjamin is fighting those hands. Doesn't look like it's gonna work.
He's about to go to sleep.
Oh, goodness. Oh, and he's flattening him out, getting it in even deeper. Man, Benjamin is fighting, and he gets out.
Can he survive the round?
Benjamin's keeping it calm. Wow.
Benjamin Guevara barely hangs on as Dominick Green nearly shut his lights out.
Wow.
What a
That was
first
impressive
round.
defense. That was impressive.
What a first round. I mean, the high-level grappling of Dominick Green is nothing to play with.
No, he is like a boa constrictor. And then when he gets you down to the ground, he starts continuing to roll and roll like an alligator does when they're trying to break your limbs. I mean, the guy is dangerous on the ground.
Transition after transition.
Absolutely.
Triangle, armbar, rear naked choke, was trying to set up a twister.
He was confusing me for a minute.
My goodness. And as we take a look at the replay, just steps on the outside, takes him to the ground, and immediately starts to transition, set up the triangle, got slammed, didn't matter, rolled through. Man, what a
Kept
first
it
round that
pushing.
was.
Here we are going into our second round.
And if you are Benjamin Guevara, you want to keep this fight standing and you want to force the shot out of Dominick Green versus allowing him to clinch and get this fight up against the cage.
And we're actually, I'm seeing, oh, we did a little.
Accidental low blow there.
A little low blow. It happens.
And honestly, this is exactly what Benjamin Guevara needs in this moment, is a second to compose himself, settle down, as those grappling exchanges definitely took a toll on him in that first round.
All right, we are back and ready to go. Nice sportsmanship. I love to see that.
Beautiful outside leg kick there.
Ooh.
Nice body shot.
We can see that Benjamin's striking, with whether it's with his legs or his hands, is pretty good. Oh!
Gotta be careful there.
And then Dominick bringing it right back into his game.
And he's so quick to transition to the back, get the hooks in.
See how he brings him right back into.
And just forces Benjamin to fight his game. And Benjamin's got to do a better job at hand fighting here and making sure that that arm does not get underneath the chin.
He's fighting the hand, fighting the hand. The one thing about Dominick, he's sneaky. So we'll see him go for something else here.
And I mean, Dominick can stay here all day as this plays into his strategy. And all he has to do, just from a control perspective, is continue to soften him up with these blows and stay in this dominant position, because the ref is not going to stand him up if he's got his back here.
He's got his legs locked at the bottom, so there's not going to be much movement going on for Benjamin.
Push it out. Push it out. Other side of your head. Put it on the other side of your head. Keep your head to the mat.
You can see Benjamin trying to lean forward to prevent him from flattening him out.
Yes. There, flatten him, flatten him.
Out, out, out. Go, go, go. Up, 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 up.
Transitions, mount, back take, gets the body lock in again.
Oof. I always say, I hate this position. If I'm ever in this position, I just want to give up.
And honestly, Benjamin needs to roll to that side where the body lock is. Unfortunately for him, that's the side that the cage is on.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't give him a lot of space. It forces him to roll back to the opposite side. And now you see here, Dominick has the body lock still as he's on the back. And what he's trying to do, what Benjamin is trying to do here, is crank on the feet and the ankle where that body lock is to force him to open it back up.
Yep.
Unfortunately for him, though, it doesn't prevent the fact that Dominick is still on his back.
I will say it's impressive, though, that Benjamin is also surviving this round.
Well, much of the same from what we saw in round 1 and 2. Third and final round is just ahead. And as we take a look at the replay again, much of the same of what we saw.
We're doing good, but let's finish him up. So if you do get a back position and you feel like you can't finish it, start looking.
And I just got word, unfortunately, not able to pull up that replay. But as you can imagine, the same thing we saw in round 1.
Higher than you. He's losing this fight. Just keep going. We got it. Yeah,
I'm interested to see how this third round is going to go. This is kind of like an ideal fight, right? You have like a striker against your ground game master.
Well, the question for round number 3, of course, is can Benjamin Guevara keep this fight standing, or will Dominick Green continue to dominate and showcase his fantastic jiu-jitsu? We're about to find out. Third and final round.
Go. Keep it simple. 1-1-2, Ben. Keep it simple. 1-1-2, Ben. 1-1-2.
Ooh.
Beautiful exchanges there.
Get inside. You gotta get inside. You gotta work it in there. Work it in there.
Benjamin just has to step in a little bit closer to land those shots.
Give me the hook. Give me the hook.
Nice.
Beautiful uppercut by Benjamin. Just misses with that hook, but lands one there. And back to the feet back to the ground they go. And immediately Dominick transitions into side control. And this is not good. 2 minutes left to go in this fight. Benjamin has to find a way to get back to his feet if he wants an opportunity to pull something out here.
It looks like he's trying to pass and already mount him if possible.
All the way far side there.
Now Dominick getting into Benjamin's guard.
Look at lion's mouth, maybe.
Benjamin has to start putting a foot on the hook, on the hip, and kicking off if he wants an opportunity to get this fight back to the feet. He cannot stand here or lay here. There we go. Grab a single, fighting for that single, but immediately goes back to his back. And he's looking to reach underneath that left leg of Dominick and sweep him, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to here.
All right, let's shelf him. Let's shelf him.
Here he goes, trying to set up that sweep.
Shelf him. We got
But Dominick is very keen to it.
Right leg stepped up.
You see Benjamin keeping his leg there to try to keep that distance so he can push him off like he just did.
Stay in.
Beautiful ground and pound there by Dominick.
Look at Dominick just waiting on the timing of those punches.
Just under a minute to go in our third and final round. Benjamin Guevara, Dominick Green.
Yes. Stay in.
Oh man, that's nice.
Beautiful back take.
You can just see Dominick always taking advantage of Benjamin's chances on trying to get this back up. Benjamin is one tough guy. Here we are, back in a body lock.
And he's doing the right thing here by eliminating the body lock, but just not enough time for him to be able to get Dominick off his back.
Yeah, this has been pretty much one-way traffic here for Dominick.
Well, what a performance by Dominick Green. Appears to be able to get it done by decision with an absolute dominant performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges at cage side are all in agreement at 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Dominick Green.
One man will become victorious tonight, and one will lose and leave with a losing record, unfortunately.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC Amateur Featherweight Division, presented to you by Boost Finance. Don't have money to take that special trip? Go to boostfinance.com for all of your loan needs. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a freestyle fighter, holding an amateur record of 2 victories opposite 2 defeats. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 148.2 pounds. Fighting out of Plano, Texas. Here is Omar, the Lion of Palestine. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a striker, holding an amateur record of 2 victories opposite 2 defeats. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 145.9 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of Broadies, Texas. Here is Dakota King Goda Johnson. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Solis.
Well, this crowd is on their feet as they get set to see Omar El-Rahami taking on Dakota Johnson. And
I'm literally
Omar
getting chills.
is chomping at the bits to get his hands on Dakota. Immediately takes the center of the cage. Beautiful outside leg kick there by Dakota.
See Omar here filling out his range.
Continues to go outside with those low kicks.
Look at Dakota just taking his time.
Omar just misses there with that shot and then goes up high with the high kick. Beautiful outside low kick there from Dakota. Beautiful kick up the middle there from Omar.
Dakota is really good at keeping that distance. I mean, his engagement time is great, and he backs right back up to get out of range. Nice knee.
Knee up the middle there from Dakota. Omar looks to clinch, just misses with that elbow over the top. And obviously the question for this fight is, will the weight cut and the doctors stopping Omar from continuing to cut that weight, will that be a factor here with the conditioning of the Lion of Palestine?
Yes. Nice outside
Again
low
with
kick.
that outside low kick. Omar just misses with that right hook.
Man, if Omar could land those teeth, I mean, that would be a harsh kick to the body.
Good stance, and then go back. Good stance, there you go, and then you can go back. There you go.
Dakota is just relentless with those low kicks.
He is, and
he's
his movement is great.
He's chopping away at both sides.
There you go, put him up against.
Good solid base for Dakota, defending that. Attempts to trip him. Looks like he's going to try and push out and, yep, bring it back to where it wasn't standing.
And Omar just took a big, deep breath as he ate that shot.
Yep,
And
right
again,
hand
eats
connected.
another shot there from Dakota.
See, Dakota's doing a good job controlling this fight.
Omar seems to be a little off step here tonight. And Dakota gets the fight to the
commits.
ground. But Omar immediately pops back up.
Great job standing him back up so quickly.
But this is exactly what Dakota wants to do to really wear on the gas tank of Omar. And I think Omar is sensing that he only has a little bit of gas left in the tank and immediately pushed forward.
Oh!
Gets caught there with that overhand right.
Oh, did you see Omar there give him a wink at the end? He said, I'm not done, buddy.
What a first round. Big deep breaths there from Omar. Dakota smiling in the corner right now.
I'm loving Dakota's movement. He did a good job engaging on that timing and then disengaging, getting out of that range, and then moving those angles as soon. I mean, it's like he knows when he's close to the cage, and he immediately moves out the way and starts to bring it back to where he wants.
And he's setting up those low kicks really well, but I would like to see him go to the body more and really start to wear on the gas tank of Omar. And honestly, I think Omar has to be a little bit more aggressive. And as we take a look at the replay here, it was mainly all Dakota Johnson with those low kicks. Big overhand right, catches Omar there. A little bit of a Superman punch. Round number 2 of this 3-round featherweight bout. Omar Al-Rahamahi taking on Dakota Johnson.
Oh, that hurt
Omar.
Omar.
There. Looked like that was a headbutt.
They continue to go.
Omar
See if he
gets it
takes
to the
advantage.
ground.
Brings it right back up to the feet.
Dakota pops right back up. It looks like as both fighters came in, they exchanged, they headbutted each other.
Good sprawl, bringing him back up.
And this is exactly where Dakota wants this fight. Up against the cage, making it dirty, and wearing on the gas tank of Omar. And if you're Omar, he's got to disengage and keep this fight standing and continue to pick Dakota apart from the outside.
Oh,
Beautiful
nice
knee to the body there by Omar. But
Nice
Dakota
leg
catches
catch.
it. Oh! Textbook kickboxing. As Omar steps away and Dakota lands that head kick.
And we're starting to see Omar's gas tank get a little lower and lower throughout the round.
Continues to look up at the clock, just under 2 minutes to go in the second round. And Omar's got to be careful here that he doesn't get reckless and ends up getting caught on the way in.
Absolutely.
He needs to disengage here and continue to pick apart Dakota.
Oh, elbow.
Because these grappling exchanges and this, these dirty boxing up against the cage is not playing in the favor of Omar as Dakota looks to take the back here. Omar doing a great job at hand fighting.
Looks like he's just gonna keep pressing, getting him with those knees until he trips him down. Yeah, Dakota's pressure is not stopping Omar from coming forward.
Beautiful shots there by Omar, just missing on a few of those exchanges, but relentless with the pressure. Dakota firing right back.
Good exchange.
That jab there just hit the eye of Omar. He's not able to see out of that right eye. Looks up at the clock, just under 10 seconds to go here
nice
in the second round. Omar is not stopping.
Those hands are landing. Ooh, not after the bell. Oh, a little bit of intensity between these fighters here.
And Omar is on shaky legs right now. Let's take a look at the replay.
See Omar coming forward.
Ooh,
Oh,
yep,
yeah, that was that
it was a
headbutt.
clash of heads that really stunned Omar there. And honestly, I'm not sure that he recovered from the remainder of that round, but Dakota doing a great job catching those kicks. Boom! Lands that high kick on the break. Textbook kickboxing.
Man.
One of the best performances that I have seen from Dakota Johnson thus far in this fight.
He's definitely shaking up the crowd tonight with his performance.
And the crowd is shouting King Coda. Referee giving a warning to both fighters.
Oh, that's nice.
That when he says stop, they need to stop.
Back to sportsmanship. I saw them both nod and acknowledge each other. Get right back to the game.
Third and final round. Shot to the body there from Dakota. Just missing there is Omar.
You can see Omar scanning the body and where he can try and land those kicks.
Inside leg kick there. And what Dakota's doing is he's forcing. Oh, beautiful knee there on the break by Omar.
Oh, and he smiled. Dakota smiled.
What Dakota's been doing a great job of is forcing Omar to continue to change stances because he keeps punishing whatever lead leg Omar decides to use in that moment. Omar's keeping his hands extremely low. Got to be careful here not to run into one of these shots.
Oh,
beautiful takedown there by Omar. Can he get the finish?
He's going to the back.
Moves around to the back, but can he get Dakota to the ground?
You can see Dakota taking it to the cage.
How much energy is he going to use in the process? Really looking to get this fight to the ground.
Looks like Omar's trying to catch him to trip him.
Dakota reverses it and now has Omar pressed up against the cage with him fighting for that takedown.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful leg sweep there.
And dragged him down. I like it, I like it. Then goes in and
Looking to
steps
take the
over.
back.
Stepping over, trying to take the back. Taking his time.
Just under a minute to go in the third and final round.
A little too top heavy.
Off the back.
Omar with the heavy
pressure.
Clips him right on the chin.
.30 seconds left in our third and final round.
Got Dakota holding this pressure here. Doesn't look like Omar can break away from this. And let's see what they got in these final seconds here.
We go to the judges for a decision. What an absolute war that was.
Man.
And this crowd is on their feet.
Crazy.
And let's take a look at the replay here. Beautiful shot there by Dakota. Clash of heads. Gets Omar to the ground. Omar lands a beautiful knee on the break. And I mean, it was just all back and forth action.
Yeah, Dakota did exactly what he said he was going to do, coming to steal the show.
Fight.
And he gave us a performance.
Good job, Dakota.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these two featherweight warriors. After completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges at cage side are all in agreement at 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Dakota King Coda Johnson.
I am here with your winner, Dakota Johnson. Dakota, that was an absolutely phenomenal performance. How you feeling?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Feel a whole lot better than I do at 135. Shit, it looked like I got tired. But that's just because I got to do a little more running. It took a little short on this 145. But we're going to come back better and stronger. It's my division. I'm coming for it all.
Dakota, you did a great job at picking them apart and landing those heavy leg shots. Talk to me about the game plan coming into this fight.
Well, coming into this fight, you notice he's like 6'9". But when he squares up with one of us, he shrinks down a little bit, that wide-ass stance, and it just leaves that leg there all night long like a Happy Meal. I'm going to get that.
Well, it was a phenomenal performance. How great does it feel to fight in front of this crowd tonight?
All my fans that came here and bought all these tickets, let's see how loud y'all can get. Hey, Johnny, that's all me, baby. Let's talk about those ticket sales.
Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Dakota King Coda Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 rounds, is for the interim vacant PFC Amateur Lightweight Championship. Presented to you by Team Granger, the official car dealer of Peak Fighting. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a mixed martial artist holding an amateur record of 3 victories opposite 2 defeats. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 155.6 pounds. Fighting out of River Oaks, Texas, by way of Smyre, Texas, here is Rod Workhorse Moore. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a mixed martial artist holding an undefeated amateur record at 2-0. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 153.9 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, here is the undefeated Nick Osuna. And our referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Well, somebody will leave here tonight, the interim amateur lightweight champion of the world. Will it be Rod Moore, or does Nick Osuna have enough to get it done tonight?
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Rod Moore immediately comes out, takes control of the center of the cage. Beautiful outside leg kick there by Nick.
Wow, look at that speed from Rod. Quick hand movement. Looks pretty calm. Nice and composed.
Osuna misses right there with that inside leg kick. Slight warning there from the referee.
See Rod here, gauging his movement, gauging that distance. Wow. Liking that speed. We're going to start seeing some explosive movement.
Good.
Nick Osuna clinches up against the cage, looking for that takedown.
Let's watch the neck.
I want to see if Rod is going to utilize his wrestling base.
In the chest.
He looks pretty calm right here.
There you go. Keep it there. Good. Breathe.
Going, trying to ankle pick.
Breathe.
Such a wide base there from Rod Moore, doing a great job at defending this takedown.
You can tell he's a strong guy.
Well, he has the name the Workhorse for a reason. The guy is built like an absolute truck.
Left underhook and right elbow.
Just phenomenal takedown defense there, but Nick Osuna has his hand clasped right below the butt of Rod Moore, but Rod doing a great job at putting his feet inside that fence line, but Nick gets it to the ground.
Hit it and took it down.
Left underhook, and let's hold that.
Lands in half guard.
Interesting to see how this goes. We know that Nick has a good cardio when it comes to grappling, and like I said, Rod with his wrestling base.
Although this is a 5-minute round, or a 5-round fight, because this is a championship bout, so will that play a part?
Punches with the right hand. Nope, right hand. Leave that left under there. Leave that left under there. We just went under it. Remember. Get there. There you go. The right hand. Good. Keep your head inside. Head inside his. There you go. Perfect. Stomp on it.
Pressure.
Right there. Stomp on with your elbow. Perfect. It's okay.
See Rod controlling that arm, preventing Nick from getting any punches in.
Every time. Every time.
Yeah, Rod doing a great job at neutralizing any threat here from Osuna.
Good. Perfect round for you.
And this is a big victory here for Rod Moore, as even though he got taken down to the ground, there was really no damage that was done by Osuna.
I like the 5 rounds because usually when fighters come in, there's not as much overzealous going on, right? There's not as much anxiety. They tend to take their time and really feel out their opponent and see where they can come in and dominate.
What are you going to do?
And as we look at the replay, we'll see that takedown.
Watch Nicholas here commit.
And really it was just got the hands clasped together underneath the butt, swept his legs out from underneath him, and immediately put Rod to his back. Obviously with that takedown, probably likely to assume that Osuna will take that round. And I see in the corner they're putting some ice on that leg of Rod Moore. We'll see if Osuna continues to go back to the legs with those leg kicks. Rod moves out of the way of that leg kick, immediately presses forward. Beautiful body kick there.
That jab. Goes back in for a single leg.
Really good wide base there from Rod, but
Yeah.
Nick just relentless with that pressure. Steps on the outside and now switches back to a
Those hands
double
back around. Man.
and gets the takedown, but immediately Rod pops back up.
Looks like Nick has it in pretty tight. Yep.
And another one. And Nick's a little bit low on those legs.
He's gonna climb and he's gonna do it again. Right now it's a single. He's gonna wrap around to try and get that both arms around. If Rod will let him. There we go. Locks in those fingers. He's gonna attempt to go for another takedown here. Boom. Oh, cage stopped him.
But Rod doing a great job at pummeling under. But he's got to break the grip here of Nick Osuna if he wants to stop that takedown. And Nick steps over and ends up putting Rod right back on his butt.
This is where you would see Nick holding on and probably just starting to climb if he can get enough space to do so.
And he really wants to start trapping that right arm of Rod Moore because he can control his post. And if he can take that post away, then obviously he can keep Rod on his butt.
Yep, and as you can see, you'll see Nick's head get a little higher and a little higher, climbing the body of Rod.
Rod doing a great job at getting back to his feet, eats a shot on the way up, pummeling under.
Nice turn.
Beautiful knee there to the body by Rod Moore. A little bit of blood coming out of the nose of Nick Osuna.
Controlling the hand. Starting to see a little depletion of energy from Rod.
Just under 30 seconds to go in the second round. Beautiful elbow there by Rod on the break.
Oh my goodness!
Nick Osuna!
Keeps going. Inbound.
Saved by the bell!
Still surviving! Man!
Saved by the bell is Rod Moore as he ate a vicious spinning back elbow.
He's still
from Nick
wobbly.
Osuna.
Oh man, only so much time to recover from this before he's got to go back out there and finish this fight.
And the doctor may stop this fight in the corner if Rod cannot recover in time.
Wow, that timing was great.
Let's take a look at the replay. Just on the break,
and the spinning
Rod throws
back.
throws that knee, and then boom! Nick lands a spinning back elbow.
Wow.
And almost shuts the lights off of Rod Moore.
Rod is one tough athlete.
And here we look again, boom! What a chin on Rod Moore.
Man.
And what a boost of confidence for Osuna.
And he's just standing there like he didn't just get almost knocked out.
Still on wobbly legs here, so can Osuna capitalize?
Great job. Right hand connects there from Nick. Oh, those nice. Nice combos.
And a beautiful double leg there by Osuna.
See, Rod
immediately
here.
goes into the Khabib leg lace.
See, Rod's doing something a little different this time. He's controlling the head of Nick, not allowing him to climb the body like he did last time.
And with Osuna having that leg lace, it's really going to neutralize Rod's ability to get up because his feet are elevated higher than his hip.
Yes.
Now in half guard.
You see Nick here continuing to climb the body when he can, firing those punches. See, Rod's not letting him step over. Oh, he gets it anyway.
And right now, Osuna's in half guard and just controlling both sides of Rod Moore's body, which is what's causing him to remain flat on his back. On that far side, he's got the underhook, which is keeping him flat. And then on the opposite side, where the half guard exchange is, obviously that's what's controlling the left side of Rod's body.
He's just going to keep
But honestly,
climbing.
this is good for Rod Moore because he's not taking any damage here, and he has the opportunity to just recover and neutralize any threat from Osuna. But Osuna, relentless with the transitions, passes to to side control.
Continues to hit those elbows to the legs.
And Rod really wants to get a hook back in, start transitioning so that he can create some space here. He's got to start shrimping, using his frames to create space, or Osuna will control him here all night.
It looks like Nick is getting him exactly where he wants him, right up against this fence, where he can't make any more movement away from him. Striking from the top. Just hitting him with his body.
And I actually like that round for Rod Moore because I feel like that could be the round that gives him the ability to recover and come back and actually win this fight. He didn't take a lot of damage, and he had enough time to shake the cobwebs from what happened in round 2. So we'll take a look here at the replay. And as Rod was pushing forward, Nick just put his head down, double leg takedown, and just DC style immediately went for the leg lace.
Yeah, and that lets you know the power that Rod has in his punches. Nick did not like those, so he went immediately to that.
Immediately
that
shot for the takedown there.
Hey, how good is it going to fucking feel at the end of this fight, okay? Don't worry about it, right? Okay? 3 minutes at a time.
Well, 4 to 5 rounds in this championship bout. And this is really what it's all about. The championship rounds. Who has what it takes to become the interim lightweight champion. And Osuna, again, immediately back to those takedowns. Looking to control Rod Moore on the ground.
Look at Rod's balance. Yeah, just trying to break that grip there, not allowing him to go back to getting both hands around his legs.
Drive him up, up.
But the thing about Nick, he's so committed. Look, he's going
he's
straight
just
back to the other one.
He's just relentless with the takedowns, too. If the single leg doesn't work, he goes for the double. If the double doesn't work,
Nice
he's
sprawl.
going to transition back to an ankle pick. He's back and forth nonstop on the takedowns.
His pressure is so good.
Nick, breathe.
Here we go. Back at it again. Fingers are interlocked.
Where's it? There you go.
And Rod's got to be careful here on these breaks because obviously Nick has showcased that he's a very creative striker
Yes.
and loves to engage on these breaks.
Come up to the back. Come up to the back if you want.
He's trying to anchor that arm there, preventing him from going around the other leg. Nice breakaway. Still a little tiredness from Nick here.
And that's exactly what Rod needed. Rod needed that as a boost of confidence to come back. Oh, but Nick with the overhand right. And again, relentless to that single leg.
Trips him.
Inside trip. Gets the takedown. Now can Rod get back to his feet here? Looking for a Kimura.
Rod, don't sit on your ass. Let's come up. Your arm's fine right there. You're good. Let's get your head up and throw a punch.
And immediately back to that leg lace is Osuna, but Rod doing a great job at pressing down on the head, getting his head below the butt, and looking to post and step back up. But it's going to be really hard for him to do that with the way that Nick is leg lacing him and elevating that foot to be above the hips of Rod Moore.
Let's see if Rod can get this back to the feet like he's wanting. Ooh.
Well,
Pressure,
much
pressure,
of
pressure.
the same that we saw in that third round is the story for the fourth.
I will say, Rod looks tired, but he does not look gassed, you know? He still looks pretty good. Nick is still standing.
Well, the first time he's been to the championship rounds, obviously that's going to take a lot out of you the first time you hit that fourth round and then the fifth. But does he have enough gas in the tank to pull one out and become the interim lightweight champion? Because Nick Osuna has been relentless with the pressure tonight.
He has. His commitment level, I absolutely adore. When he goes to that single leg and then just waits, he waits it out, sets it up, and gets that double leg.
Fifth and final round of this championship bout. Nick Osuna, Rod Moore. One man
Nice
will
jab.
become the interim lightweight champion.
Good counter. I see Rod here pushing this round a little bit more. Nice.
But again, with the takedown is Osuna.
Catch his neck here. Rod, catch his neck. Catch his neck.
Looks like Osuna here is looking to possibly trip him or drag him down if he can.
And Mark De La Rosa is telling Rod Moore that he needs to start threatening him with the guillotine on that takedown. But Osuna gets the takedown. And again, immediately looks to step over with that leg lace.
Right elbow to the body.
And this is Nick's sweet spot right here. Starts climbing that body.
And Rod's trying to set up a triangle here.
There you go, Rod. There you go, Rod.
Nick very keen to it, though.
Nice patience from Nick.
Rod's got to start threatening him with submissions.
It looks like from here that Osuna is just taking his time. He's being extremely technical about how he's going to move up Moore's body and finish this fight.
Well, and the thing is, he could stay here for the next 45 seconds and confidently pull out a decision victory because he pretty much has most likely won all 5 rounds.
To work, bro. You gotta make something happen.
30 seconds away from one man being declared the interim lightweight champion, and that appears to be Nick Osuna. But anything is possible. Unfortunately for Rod Moore, though, it looks like that new champion will definitively be Nick Osuna.
Nice job, gentlemen. Let's take a look here at this replay. Getting that takedown from Nick. Man, always consistent and committed on those takedowns and climbs the body as he should. Wonderful spinning back elbow. Here Nick goes again with another takedown. One-way traffic for Nick Osuna.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds, our judges at cage side are all in agreement at 50-45 for your winner by unanimous decision and new interim PFC amateur lightweight champion, Nick Osuna.
I am here with your winner and new PFC Amateur Lightweight Champion of the World, Nick Osuna. Nick, how good does that feel?
It feels really good.
Well, it was an absolute dominant performance. What was the game plan coming in here, and did anything surprise you?
The game plan was take him down, but his power surprised me, man. He hits really hard.
And you nearly stopped him in the second round with that spinning back elbow. Were you surprised that the ref didn't stop the fight?
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was kind of surprised it landed, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw it, and it fucking landed.
Well, Houston, Texas now has a new amateur lightweight champion, and his name is Nick Osuna.
Shout out to my gym, 4 Ounce Fight Club. Shout out to my dad, shout out to my girlfriend. Happy belated birthday to my brother. And thanks for all coming out to support me, it means a lot.
How soon can we expect to see you back here inside the cage?
I don't know, man, I fucking think I broke my thumb, but I mean, whenever, summer probably, I don't know.
Well, it was a phenomenal performance. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Osuna.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 rounds for the vacant PFC Amateur Light Heavyweight Championship. Presented to you by Red's Ice House, home of the official Peak Fighting After Party. Finish fight night with us at Red's Ice House. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a freestyle fighter, holding an undefeated amateur record at 3-0. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, his official weight 204.7 pounds. Fighting out of River Oaks, Texas, here is Fernando Panchito de la Sierra Duran. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a mixed martial artist, also holding an undefeated amateur record at 3-0. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 204.4 pounds. Fighting out of Texarkana, Texas, here is the Golden Child, Jacorian Larry. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Solis.
Well, our prelim main event of the evening, Fernando Panchito de la Sierra Duran taking on the Golden Child, Jacorian Larry. Amateur light heavyweight strap is on the line.
Excited to see how this goes, man. Jacorian is such a tall guy.
Beautiful body shot there by Fernando.
I know that Fernando has such great movement for his size. He is an incredible boxer and a pretty great athlete all around. Oh!
And immediately shoots on Jacorian, but Jacorian doing a great job at defending that. But Fernando looking for that outside trip there and gets the fight to the ground.
And he's in mount.
Ends up in mount.
Man, relentless. Look at that.
Delivering some heavy shots on Jacorian.
You can see his strength.
Jacorian doing a great job at getting back to his feet, but Fernando immediately going back to that takedown and gets the fight to the ground again. Jacorian looking for a Kimura here.
So skillful.
But eating heavy shots, so he has to abandon the Kimura.
I am so impressed by Duran's movement.
And this is exactly what Duran wants to do. He wants to keep Larry on his back, flattening him out, but Larry relentless and ends up reversing and ends up on top.
See if Duran can get some position back here.
Landed some heavy shots and a knee all the way up.
Slightly missed the knee, man.
Panchito, underhook. Hey, low high separate or trip. Hey, pummel. Low high separate or trip.
Looked like that could have been a low blow, and that one does land.
Oh, man.
Drive your breath hard, Larry.
Ref tells Duran to go to the neutral corner.
That looked like a pretty hard hit.
And this could give both fighters an opportunity to recover from that frantic pace that we just saw in the first of 5 rounds again. If I was a betting man, I would say this fight is not going to go all 5 rounds.
Oh, yeah, too explosive already. Ref giving our man a warning here. Looks like
Jacorian will have up to 3 minutes to recover.
Man. All right, and we're getting back to it.
Stay lower, punch it. High low. Hey, high low. High low. High low. Look for that 6. Look for that 6.
Nice high kick there.
Both fighters exchanging high kicks.
Off cage, circle. Get ready to drop your level.
Big shots there from Duran. Larry just missing with that right hook. Beautiful elbows there by Larry.
Wow.
But Duran relentless with the takedown attempts, delivering nasty elbows up against the cage.
Look at that boxing come in.
High low! High low!
Oh, nice.
Jump the body, son!
Nice little leg kick.
Keep that center!
See, Duran is seeing that his striking
Let's chop!
is doing it well. Nice. Get his movement, angling out. Woo.
Both fighters make it out of the first round.
Wow.
And I do not think this was the fight Korey and Larry and his team at Texarkana Combat Sports. I don't think this is the fight they thought they had on their hands.
No, not expecting that at all.
As we take a look at the replay here, I mean, it was all Duran with the takedowns. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he landed 4 takedowns in that first round alone.
Man, he landed a lot, whether it was
Tons
a
of heavy
takedown,
shots,
leg kick,
He can't wrestle with me.
hands.
I like the high low.
He's well-rounded.
Bouncing off the
And very unassuming. He's an unassuming fighter.
Absolutely.
position first.
We'll see what Korey and Larry's veteran coach, Craig Campbell, what directions he gives him in the corner. And I got to imagine for Fernando Duran, it's much of the same. Continue to work, utilize the wrestling, and put Larry flat on his butt. This our second of 5 potential rounds.
See, Korey is a little more hesitant. Oh, nice.
Beautiful leg kicks there.
You can see Duran just scanning, looking to pick him apart.
The game plan for Duran was perfect coming into this fight. Attack Korey and Larry's legs.
Oh, nice uppercut.
Beautiful exchange against the cage.
Quick hands. Nice switch kick.
Both fighters got to be careful because they can have the lights shut off at any moment.
Looks like we're doing a little head hunting here. Korey's looking for that clear shot.
Come on, Larry. There you go, baby.
Beautiful step back straight 2 from Larry.
Look at that 6. Reset him. He's gonna shoot.
Look at Duran's timing with his jab.
And Larry's got to get his butt off the cage or Duran's going to get this fight to the ground again.
Right off the center line. You can see the boxing background with Duran when Larry throws those punches. He's right off the center line.
Duran seems to be breathing out of his mouth here. Not a good sign as we still have 3 rounds to go.
Big.
Let's go. Push us a combination. Go, Pacino. Double the 6. Let's get some. Hey.
Nice body kick. Turns, looks a little rocked. Duran looks a little rocked here. But he's still moving, still
Larry
weaving.
shut the lights out.
Still weaving, still moving. Countering. Oh, another one.
Beautiful check right hook. And Duran immediately shoots. Can he finish the
Takes the back.
takedown? If he can't get this takedown, this is going to be a terrible decision for his cardio. And Larry immediately lands on top in half guard.
See if he can step over. It's like he's immediately just trying to go into mount. And there we go. Larry is in mount. Has that shoulder.
Looking for an arm triangle here.
Right on the neck.
Duran's got to be careful. Larry's setting up an arm triangle.
Slowly pushing it up.
Duran doing a great job defending though, but he's got to
taking
do
his
something
time.
because Larry is in mount.
See Duran turn around. Korey's gonna take his back.
Duran will survive the second round. And we might be 1-1 again.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Anybody's fight at this moment. As we take a look at the replay here, beautiful
nice
uppercut there by Larry, bobbing and weaving, and just does a
Nice switch
fantastic
kick.
job. And then here we see Larry, again, heavy pressure up against the cage, landing some nasty shots. And Duran's gotta slow this pace down. We still have 3 full rounds to go, and he looks extremely exhausted as he sits on the stool.
Hey, if you're underneath it,
UFC veteran Mark De La Rosa in his corner,
get to the back.
giving him the instructions he needs to potentially upset the golden child, Korey and Larry.
And let's see if they slow the pace here a little.
I don't like how Duran is flat-footed here. He does not want to be flat-footed in front of somebody like Korey and Larry who can shut your lights out at any moment.
Yeah, and you can see Jakorian just scanning his body, looking for that head hunt. Disengage and get back to it. See?
Duran's got to be light on his feet, set up those shots. He's got to start threatening Jakorian if he wants to have a shot at getting this fight back to the ground.
Ooh,
Another low blow there. And quite frankly, this is exactly what Duran needs. He's exhausted.
A little bit of time.
He's exhausted. He has the opportunity to take the time to recover. But on the other side of the cage, Jakorian Larry is also recovering.
Yeah. This is a high-intensity fight. And we're only in the third round. The beginning.
The beginning of the third round.
Looks like our fighters are ready to get back to it.
Well, both fighters are even with the low blows. Hopefully that's behind us and we can get back to fighting. Big, heavy shots up against the cage for Duran.
Good body shot.
Goes to the body.
Ooh.
Beautiful side kick to the body there for Duran. Larry comes back with a teep.
Left hand stays high. Left hand stays high. Hey.
Nice high kick.
Goes up high but is blocked by Larry.
Double six. Double six, bro.
Look at Larry. Larry's looking for that perfect shot.
Get ready to back him up.
Duran's backing him up. Oh, nice.
Short elbow. Short elbow, right hand.
Get a little tie up here. See what they do.
Little clinch work up against the cage. Heavy knees. Jakorian now looking for a takedown.
Disengage, get back to the ring.
He does not want to grapple. He does not want to grapple, Conchito. Hard 1-2. Back him up. High, low.
Looks like they're both deciding that they want to keep this fight standing. Great movement. So Jakorian is committed.
Beautiful sprawl there by Larry.
Keeping his
Look at the
hands
circle
locked.
around the back.
You know what to do here. Peek out. Hey,
Nice blocking him from going around to the back.
Beautiful knee there to the body by Larry. Looks like he got grazed in the eye there. Big shots to the bottom.
Big
Nasty
shots.
elbows inside. Little dirty boxing happening. 10 seconds to go in the third round of this fight.
Ooh, man.
And we will go to the championship rounds.
I swear, each round, they look so tired at the end, and then they just come back out, and they continue fighting.
Well, the will to become a champion is on display tonight, as you just alluded to. Both fighters extremely exhausted, but continuing to push forward. As we take a look at the replay here, just missing. Again with the knees. Beautiful elbow there by Larry. This is what a championship bout is all about. Both fighters having to dig deep.
Let's go. Every time he gets in a grab, let the corner stand back up. Let him go.
Immediately pushing Larry up against the cage, looking for that takedown.
Looks like Jakorian here is, oh, nice trip.
He gets it to the ground, and Larry has to immediately start looking to create space and get this fight back to the feet. He does not want to spend the next 3 minutes on his back in this position.
No, not at all.
Settle here. We protect the arm. Keep the arm short. Keep your elbows tight. Let's strike here. Hammer fist.
Interesting to see if Duran is going to go for a submission here or just try to do some ground and pound.
Let's do damage when we see it. Oh, he's looking. Ponchito, fight.
Keeping that pressure on the neck with that elbow.
He wants a way out. Ponchito, he wants a way out.
Looking to transition here to mount.
Strike now.
Nice.
Doing a great job at just keeping Larry flat on his back. Knee slides coming through, and then transitions, but Larry.
Oh, Larry flips the
reverses
momentum. Nice.
And immediately looks for that arm triangle.
Looks to step over.
But Duran
keeps moving, and now he's back on top. This 50-50 exchange.
Hey, hammer fist now. Hammer fist now.
Man. Jakorian's controlling
Beautiful
that
knees
hand.
to the body there by Duran. And still has 1 minute and 20 seconds to work. Has a half Nelson here and just putting Larry
See if he can step
through
over
the ringer here.
and climb the body, take the back. What is Duran gonna do with this position?
Looking to flatten Larry out here and see if he can get that arm underneath the chin and finish it before the end of this 4th round.
I like the commitment here. We want to make sure that Duran isn't sitting too high on this because Larry's pretty tall. All he has to do is kind of lean forward to shake him off.
Beautiful shots here by Duran. Just under 30 seconds to go in this 4th round.
Larry's not doing much defense here.
Larry's got to move.
Nice. What?
Great job there by Larry, ending up on top. Duran going for a sweep here. Dog fight position.
Now Jakorian halfway on the back of Duran.
Woo. We will see a 5th and final round.
Well, this is just unpredictable. I keep thinking one guy has it, and then they do a transition and a move, and then the other guy takes it back.
Well, there's no doubt this is the toughest fight of both of these men's career. As we take a look at the replay here, it was all
That's a
Duran, inside sweep, gets the fight to the ground, and immediately lands some ground and pound and just starts to control Larry.
This is where that reversal comes.
Larry doing a great job sweeping on that pass attempt. And then as Larry was setting up that arm triangle, Fernando did a great job at
taking it back.
taking his own sweep into play. 5th and final round. Fernando Duran, Korey and Larry. Who will be crowned the light heavyweight champion?
Ooh. Good inside leg kick. See, just scaling the body here for some good strikes.
Beautiful shots. And Duran is just bobbing and weaving and slipping those heavy shots from Korey and Larry.
Good forward pressure here from Duran, going for that takedown, and Larry sprawls, trying to keep it down. How deep is that choke? Can he keep it there? Looks like Duran
Beautiful
is
knees there.
defending it pretty well. Nice sprawl.
Oh! Goes the transition to the back.
Nice!
And ends up slipping.
Oh, he takes his back. Takes no time.
Both hooks in there for Duran. But he's got to be careful that he doesn't slip off the top and Larry comes out the back.
He is a little high. Looks like he figured that out. Setting it back. He's got to get that leg over to fully take his back. There we go. Get that in, control that arm. Let's see if we can get a rear naked choke here.
He's got it locked
and he's
in.
getting it in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, keep going. Korey fighting the hands.
Just under a minute to go. Transitions the mount.
Good job, Duran. See, Larry's preventing him from doing any ground and pound damage here.
Larry's got to get off his back and get this fight to the feet. Just under 30 seconds to go in the 5th and final round.
Let's see if he's turning and Duran can take the back from here. Good job moving with it. Oh,
Larry
wow.
ends up on top.
And you can see that was simply just from where Duran had his arm placed. And Larry took advantage of it.
What an absolute war!
Wow. I mean, it went all the rounds. At first, we didn't think it was going to.
No one in this arena would have thought that these two fighters would have seen all 5 rounds. Woo!
Championship rounds. Here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judge Thompson and Judge Williams score the fight 49-46. And Judge Alvarez scores the fight 48-47 to the winner by unanimous decision. And your new PFC Amateur Light Heavyweight Champion, Fernando Panchito de la Sierra Duran.
Fernando, you just shook up the world and became the light heavyweight champion. How good does that feel?
It feels good, man. I didn't really have a training camp for this fight. I just kind of Came back from vacation, but when I got the call, I was like, let's go. I was praying for this opportunity. God blessed me with the opportunity, so I took the chance, and now I'm here, baby. So I just want to say, if you're afraid to take that jump, just go ahead and fucking do it, because you never know what's going to happen, baby.
Well, it was a phenomenal fight. Talk to me about how important and impactful it was to have such a veteran coaching crew in your corner.
Very helpful. These guys have been at the highest level, so they helped me with that mental side of being at that high level, and for that I'm grateful. Like I said, man, things work out, just believe and have faith.
Well, you are now the light heavyweight champion of the world. How soon do you expect to get back in here and defend your strap?
Shit, soon.
Your new light heavyweight champion, Fernando Duran.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for our next fight of the night. 5 rounds for the vacant PFC Amateur Middleweight Championship. Presented to you by TipShare, the ultimate platform for restaurant professionals. Check them out at gettipshare.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a freestyle fighter holding an undefeated amateur record at 2-0. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in 184.9 pounds. Fighting out of College Station, Texas, by way of New Orleans, Louisiana, here is Idris, the Palestinian Hammer, Ahmed. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a freestyle fighter holding an amateur record of 3 victories opposite a single defeat. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 184.9 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, here is Cameron Hellhound Pressure. And our referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Idris, the Palestinian Hamed, taking on Cameron Hellhound Pressure. Middleweight strap on the line. 5 3-minute rounds.
And both of these fighters have a freestyle type of style of fighting, which means you're kind of a hybrid of martial arts, and you take different techniques and theories from several particular backgrounds.
Beautiful shots there by Hamed. Beautiful jab there by Pressure.
Nice
1, 2,
hands.
3 by Pressure.
Circle off his power.
Good outside leg kick. Guys are fast.
Well, they definitely look like light heavyweights. They don't look like middleweights to me.
Yeah.
Beautiful shots there by Pressure as Hamed attempts to go to the body there. Little blood coming out of the note of Hamed already. Just misses there with that front kick is Hamed. Outside low kick, but eats a jab on the way in.
Nice kick.
1, 2 followed up by the low kick there by Pressure.
We're already starting to see some blood from Hamed's nose.
Let that 2 go. Let that right hand go.
Follow low.
Let's see if we can continue the pressure here. Nice forward pressure by
Inside low kick followed by an outside low kick. Just misses with that front kick up the center.
Keep posture.
You gotta let that right hand go. There it is.
Nice.
Beautiful
right
shots.
on the chin.
Pressure's got him rocked.
Oh, and again. Piecing him up.
And Hamad is wobbly on his feet.
Let's see pressure go back in here for some more of those shots. Right on the chin again. Oh, wow. Goodness.
Beautiful exchanges. 10 seconds to go in the first round.
Nice outside leg kick from Ahmed. Whoa.
What a way to start the first round. As we take a look at the replay here, beautiful exchanges back and forth. Hamed just ducking under, but eats a right on the way out. Here, Cameron Pressure setting up those shots. Lands a beautiful 2, just misses with that front kick. Again, beautiful 2-3. Or I'm sorry, 3-2.
Man, you got pressure over here. They didn't even bring the stool in for him to sit down on.
Super calm and experienced fighter is Cameron Pressure, but an absolute monster inside the cage. Got some nasty swelling under the right eye of Hamad already.
Yeah.
Outside low kick there by Hamad.
Again with that hook.
Sit on your 2.
Cameron doing a beautiful job at just slipping out of the way of each one of those shots. He sees everything coming from Hamad right now.
Yeah, and he's really taking his time. Ooh. I mean, the quickness of that jab and how it turns into a hook, which is exactly why we're seeing that swelling under Hamed's eye. Nice exchange here.
I mean, Pressure is standing inside the pocket, beautiful head movement, taking his head off the center line and just slipping each one of those shots that Hamad is throwing, and then immediately comes back with the forward pressure.
Carried that.
Hamad having some success in this round with those leg kicks. Looking to slow down Pressure.
Pressure has such precision in his striking. Even when he doesn't land, it just looks so clean.
Good, now follow it.
Nice. Continues to move forward.
Knees bent, knees bent.
And it looks like Pressure here is just taking his time, picking them apart slowly. Oh my goodness! Caught him, going with the hammers.
Hamad
is he gonna recover?
Hamad looking to finish the fight. Has the choke in.
Oh, that is in. Oh my goodness. Oh, and he taps. Immediately. Oh my goodness.
Precision beats power.
Plot twist.
Timing beats speed.
Man, and his nose is just pouring blood.
Idris Hamad is your new middleweight champion.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm telling you, you can't blink. You can't blink or you're gonna miss it. take a look at this instant replay and how he catches him right clean on the chin. Somewhere in this exchange, he hits him in the nose. Currently, pressure is in front of me. I can see the blood dripping from his nose. Man, that was a tight rear naked. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end at 2 minutes 23 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by tap out from a rear naked choke and new PFC Amateur Middleweight Champion, Idris, the Palestinian Hammer Ahmed.
I am with your winner and new middleweight champion, the Palestinian Hammer, Idris Hamad. Idris, how good does that feel?
I mean, fucking shit. Sorry for cursing. Been working a long time, working at BVMMA, grinding with some dogs. Coach Bubba, Tyler Flores, Neo, all my training partners in the back, put in the work. And all we did here was come and show out. My coach was looking for a head and arm choke. I just got the head, but close enough.
Well, you had to dig deep and overcome some adversity. What does that say about you as far as becoming a champion and the way that you did?
Hey, man, my blood is Palestinian. I'm Palestinian as shit. We're fighters as people, and we dig deep, and we always prevail. That's to take nothing away from my team. They're the ones that grinded, they're the ones that pushed me to this point, and they're the reason that I'm here.
Well, you proved tonight that at any moment you can end the fight. Phenomenal performance, and congratulations on becoming the new middleweight champion.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Gold Star Barber Studio, Richie Cuts, and my company, Performance Nutrition in Texas. Because if you want to do shit like that, get with me.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen, your middleweight champion, Idris Hamad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC Flyweight Division. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Download the app today and sign up to support your favorite content creators. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a wrestler holding an undefeated pro record at 1-0. He stands 5 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 125.6 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of Logan, Ohio, here is Jordan Butters Burkholder. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a wrestler stepping into the cage as a professional for the second time. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, an even 127 pounds. Fighting out of Glenpool, Oklahoma, here is Brendan Clarke. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Solis.
First pro fight of the evening, Jordan Burkholder, Brendan Clarke, flyweight division.
Ooh, already with that outside leg kick. Oh my goodness.
Brendan Clarke doing a great job. Gets a little excited.
Wow.
Got a little excited, wasn't able to get the hooks in there.
See the base of Burkholder. Nice.
Just misses with that elbow.
Wow.
Beautiful uppercut by Brendan Clarke, just misses.
Wow, smooth takedown.
Jordan's got Brendan up against the cage.
You can see the pressure from Burkholder using his head.
Can Brendan get back to his feet?
Settle your weight, calm down. Settle your weight and pick your shots. Pick
Pretty frantic pace early on for both of these fighters. Jordan doing a great job at controlling Brennan, keeping his flat on his back. Shots to the body and then goes up high. Steps over to isolate that arm and really deliver some shots up top.
Oh, wow, that was a hard elbow.
Reminder, our pro fights on the card are 5-minute rounds. Even though this is a 3-round fight, 5 minutes versus the standard 3 for the amateurs. Beautiful knees to the body there. Brennan's really got to create space and start getting to a hip and getting back up. But gives up the back in that scramble. Not a smart decision with somebody like Jordan Burkholder on your back. And now Jordan is in mount.
Oh, man, I knew once this got to the ground that Burkholder was going to dominate, start getting those positions he's good at. Every single position, whether it's a strike on the ground or another movement. Keeping that pressure.
Brennan's got to start putting his hands on the hips, pushing Burkholder down and getting those knees in between his legs to escape dismount position. Unfortunately, though, when you do that, you leave your face exposed and elbows and strikes continue to rain down.
Oh, my gosh.
Nasty elbows from the top.
I'm telling you right now, out of all the striking I've seen tonight, these are hard strikes from the top. I can actually feel
Brennan's
the
got to
vibration.
move where the ref is going to end up stepping in here.
Settle your weight. There you go. Now let it rip.
And him having his eyes, him with his eyes closed is not a good sign.
Those elbows.
That is it.
They're so hard that I can feel the vibration of the head bouncing off the canvas.
Burkholder stops Brennan Clarke in the first round.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Joe Solis, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 3 minutes, 8 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Jordan Butters Burkholder.
I'm here with your winner, Jordan Burkholder. Jordan, dominant performance. How you feeling after that?
I feel good. I felt a little like, not the way I wanted to feel right at the start, but I was able to kind of get my bearings about me and get to my spots.
It seemed like he had some early success in those grappling exchanges. After you guys kind of settled down, it was really all you from there. Give us your thoughts on what your game plan was coming in.
Just to work the stuff we work in practice, you know. Each time I practice, I want to build upon what I did last time, so this built upon my last fight, and the next fight, same thing.
Well, talk to me about what it means training out of a camp like Jackson Wink. Obviously, you have such a successful coaching staff in that gym and a ton of athletes and training partners. Give me your thoughts on your gym and what that means to you having them in your corner.
I think it's the best coaching in the world, so I'm blessed to be able to learn from them, my training partners. They care about me, I care about them, and that's a recipe for success.
Well, it was an exciting fight. How soon can we expect to see you back in here?
I'd like to fight in the next month or two.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, Jordan Burkholder.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC Bantamweight division. Presented to you by CHL, the official cryptocurrency of Peak Fighting. Download the app today to get your free CHL today. Use referral code PEAK. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist making his Peak Fighting debut and ready for his first fight in the United States. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, his official weight, an even 136 pounds. Fighting out of Sydney, Australia, here is the rebellious Korey Sutcliffe. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist, who holds a pro record of 3 victories opposite a single defeat. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 137.7 pounds. Fighting out of Lubbock, Texas, here is the mighty Mateo Gonzalez. And our referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Well, the rebellious Korey Sutcliffe from Australia takes on the mighty Mateo Gonzalez from Lubbock, Texas. Bantamweight division, pro debut for the Aussie.
This one's gonna be intense.
Mateo immediately coming out, taking control of the center of the cage.
You can see Sutcliffe here, just kind of gauging.
Beautiful in and out work there from Mateo.
Ooh. Nice catch and turnout. Went for the flying knee. Good combos from Sutcliffe.
Beautiful outside leg kick there by the Aussie. Just missing is the mighty. Inside leg kick there from the mighty Mateo.
Hands up, hands up. Press, press. Give me numbers, give me numbers. Machine gun them hands, machine gun them hands. Let him run into it.
You see Sutcliffe here kind of pushing the pace a little more. Still gauging and timing.
Really looking to force Mateo to fire off at those shots and have him counter strike.
Wow. Such clean shots from Sutcliffe.
Beautiful low kick there by Mateo.
Ooh.
Throw that right.
Nice inside kick.
Straight, straight. Give me more crosses. Give me numbers. Hands up.
Nice parry.
Sutcliffe doing a great job at continuing to switch stances, keeping Mateo guessing.
Oh.
Beautiful flying knee there, just misses for Mateo.
Kick that leg, Mateo.
And as you can see here, Sutcliffe is a counter striker, and those counter strikes are nice and clean. He likes to bait and then go for those combos.
Look for the openings, look for the hole.
Very strategic fighter.
Be on offense, be on offense. Chin down.
2 minutes to go in our first round of 3.
Backing, backing. Circle him back. Mouth is open.
Beautiful jab there, and then a check right hook by Mateo. Nice shot to the
Nice.
body, but the Aussie fires back.
Circling, circling.
Body kick.
Circle to your right. Circle to your left. Offense, offense, offense.
Beautiful straight 2 there from mighty Mateo.
Nice combo counter. Ooh, again. Flush.
And Sutcliffe is landing. He's landing the heavier shots here in these exchanges. Beautiful elbow on the break.
Good movement.
Just missing with that knee is Sutcliffe.
Nice. So quick with the hands with Sutcliffe.
The stance switch has really given Mateo some problems in this fight.
It really is keeping him on his toes. I can see from this whole round that Sutcliffe has a high fight IQ and is really kind of testing out his opponent to see where his fight IQ lies.
Beautiful shot there by Mateo, just misses.
Good counter again.
What a first round of back and forth action. The pace that these bantamweights fight with is unlike anything else. One of the most skilled divisions in PFC.
It's a good pace. And I'm wondering if it's something that's just gonna...
And as we take a look at the replay here, beautiful shot there to the body by Sutcliffe. Mateo does a great job at catching it. Just misses with that outside low kick. And then you see Mateo going for that flying knee and then lands a straight two on the way down. Big explosive movements from Mateo Gonzalez in that first round. Will he settle a little bit and start looking to crack the code of the Aussie? Or will the Aussie continue with the creativity of strikes and having success?
Quick jabs there from Sutcliffe. And Gonzalez just moving forward, looking for some strikes.
Great creativity on those leg kicks is Sutcliffe. Looking for the takedown here.
Quick
Gets
takedown.
the takedown, but the Aussie
Goes
right
back to the
his
commitment.
feet. Gets the guillotine here, but slips out and now ends up on his back.
Quick movement from these guys.
Fast hips there by the Aussie, getting back to his feet. Has to separate the hands here of Gonzalez. But Gonzalez is just gonna make Sutcliffe carry that weight.
Oh, nice.
Oh, beautiful knee on the break there by Sutcliffe.
Such quick movement, and so many things are hitting and landing. It's flush.
Beautiful teeth kick there. Just
Another
misses with that
attempt.
flying knee again.
Back to those counters. Oh, good. Quick movement. Man. Circling out, piecing them up. Whoa.
Sutcliffe with his own flying knee attempt. Gonzalez gets him up against the cage. Looking for that trip. The Aussie keen to it.
Good counter.
Beautiful inside leg kick there.
See him doing that feint. Whoa. Another flush one to the chin. Got to get off that center line with Sutcliffe, and he's not going to ease up. Even though Gonzalez can stand, did see that he's pretty good at, those takedowns. If he can get Sutcliffe to the ground and take that momentum, we might see a little shift in this fight here.
Blood now coming out of the nose of Gonzalez, but hurts Sutcliffe there with that low kick, forces that stance switch. And if Gonzalez can continue to have success with those low kicks, he may be able to force Sutcliffe to fight from a singular position versus continuing to switch.
Oh, a low blow. Now, I would have expected that to happen with how quick these exchanges have been going.
Well, when you're throwing as many leg kicks as these fighters are and the movement that's happening, it doesn't surprise you. And back to action we go. Looking for the
Good
takedown is
sprawl.
Gonzalez, but a fantastic sprawl.
And committed
Beautiful
to
knee
it.
on the way up.
Golly. It just seems like Sutcliffe is Sutcliffe is just a little ahead in his steps on
Absolutely,
this fight.
he's a step ahead everywhere this fight goes on the feet. Whether he's pressing forward, moving backwards, side to side, laterally.
He's an exciting fighter because you can tell he has a set-up type of style, right? He's not so much of one that's going to come after you as much as he is going to catch you in something from something that you just did.
Very creative fighter is Sutcliffe. Much of the same of what we saw in the first round. And as we take a look at the knee here, beautiful flying knee, just misses, but Gonzalez does a great job at landing with that right hand on the break. And then beautiful low kick here that wobbled Sutcliffe and forced that stance switch.
Yeah, those legs kick coming from Gonzalez, it's starting to see the redness behind Sutcliffe's
But
knee.
Gonzalez is gonna have to mix it up if he wants a shot at pulling this fight out, because it has been all Korey Sutcliffe on the feet thus far. Third and final round.
Oh, wow.
Gonzalez almost eats a nasty high kick on the way in.
Gonzalez is so close at getting those knees up. He just brought a little bit more height to them. He would actually probably land.
Well, and the problem is that Gonzalez is circling into the power side of Sutcliffe each time because those stance switches are confusing him on which way he needs to move. Beautiful spinning heel kick.
Quick and precise.
Shooting for that takedown is Gonzalez. But again, beautiful sprawl, and both of these fighters are extremely sweaty. And Sutcliffe punishing Gonzalez for that takedown attempt.
He's gonna take control of the body there.
Has
Lock
the body
that in.
lock. And Gonzalez is gonna wanna move to the right side of where that lock is to relieve some of the pressure and then start to turn into him.
There we go. Broke it,
And
and then he steps around to the back. Wow.
He's got to make sure that he doesn't fall off, but he looks like he's got the hooks in. Going for that choke. Can he get under the chin?
That was a nice movement. See him if he can stay on the back. Possibly
He's got
straighten
3
him out.
minutes to work.
He's a little high here. It looks like Sutcliffe is going to continue to stay in this position until he can shake him off. He's got to be careful not to give him that arm. Just staying low, staying tight.
Sutcliffe was so close to sneaking out the back.
Still has that arm.
And ends up on top.
Searching for that ground and pound. Looks like Sutcliffe is going to get him to stand. Oh, take the back.
And that was a mistake there by Sutcliffe. He should have disengaged and kept this fight standing.
Wow. These guys are flexible. Now, Sutcliffe is on the body of Gonzalez as he attempts to get under that neck.
Beautiful transition there by Gonzalez. And the way that he has his right leg so deep on Sutcliffe is what's given him the ability to hang on. And he's grabbing that left leg of Sutcliffe.
Yeah, to prevent him from moving forward. This is a dominant position for
Just
Gonzalez.
under a minute to go in this round. He's got the choke in. Sutcliffe doing a great job at pulling down on that top arm.
Oh, he's staying tight. It looks like he has it under. Is he fighting it? Yep. Staying on top. That pressure. Gonzalez is doing a good job with this round. Oh!
20 seconds to go. Can he finish the fight?
Continuing to fish for that. Oh, and still fighting the hands. Wow.
Korey Sutcliffe survives the third round, but did he do enough to pull out a victory tonight?
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges send into the cage a split decision. Ryan Thompson scores the fight 29-28 in favor of Gonzalez. Judge Alvarez, 29-28 in favor of Sutcliffe. And Judge Williams, 29-28 to the winner by split decision. The rebellious Korey Sutcliffe.
I am here with your winner, the Aussie, Korey Sutcliffe. How good does it feel to get a win in your debut?
Yeehaw! Hey, honestly, man, that was fucking great. Sorry, I can't swear. Okay, sorry. Honestly, that was a great fight. Thank you so much, Mateo. Awesome, what a warrior. It feels amazing to get a debut victory. I'm so happy with myself. I've been pushing for this for a long time.
Well, it was a fantastic fight. The creativity of your strikes was on display tonight. Congratulations in your debut. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the rebellious Korey Sutcliffe.
Ladies and gentlemen, We are now set for our feature fight of the night. Scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC lightweight division. Presented to you by Team Granger, the official car dealer of Peak Fighting. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a freestyle fighter, holding an undefeated pro record at 1-0. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, his official weight an even 156 pounds. Fighting out of College Station, Texas, here is the undefeated Juan Bomb Chavana. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist making his peak fighting debut. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, his official weight 156.6 pounds. Fighting out of Beaumont, Texas, here is Trent Ebarb. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Solis.
Lightweight bout on the line.
The entire arena.
Trent Ebarb, Juan Chavana. Lightweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. No touch of the gloves.
Straight to action. Nice leg kick there.
And immediately down to the ground they go. Juan doing a decent job in these exchanges, trying to get back to his feet.
Wow. Good movement from Chavana.
But heavy top pressure is Trent Ebarb.
Wow, gets him in his guard. Right now he's in half guard.
Looking to rain down some ground and pound. Chavana back to his feet. Early win for him. But immediately back down they go. And Chavana doing a great job getting this fight back to his feet. But he's got to get his back off the fence. He needs to keep this fight in the center of the cage and force that shot out of Trent Ebarb in the center of the cage and not up against the fence. And if I was Juan, I would not throw those kicks.
Yeah, it's almost like Trent can see him coming.
Trent has the ability to catch them. Juan looks a little stiff here. Trent looks to be the more fluid fighter. Beautiful dunk under there.
Took that momentum down with him.
Single leg. 3 minutes to go in the first round. If Trent can hold Juan here, it's a dangerous spot for Juan to be. Doing a great job at removing that post, but back to his feet for the 3rd time now.
Barb is doing good on this pressure, and Chavana is great at the defense. It looks like Chavana is just a hair slightly short of his punches.
Look of discouragement there on the face of Juan Chavana as he eats a couple of shots, shakes them off. Beautiful shot to the body. Steps over in the full mount.
That's a hard position to be in for Chavana.
Really high mount here. Looking to rain down some ground and pound on Juan Chavana up against the cage.
All he's got to do is isolate those arms and get to raining down on those punches. Good turn-in. Good recovery from Chavana. And Ebarb goes right back to the strikes.
Chavana's got to get his back off that cage. Has to get more bounce in his step and start circling laterally to create some space, because Trent is doing a fantastic job at cutting off the cage.
Barb's just taking his time to corner him.
30 seconds to go in our first round of 3. Little mouse under the right eye there on Chavana.
You can see Barb just backing him up, slowly backing him up against that cage. Constantly tracking him down.
Well, that round belongs to Trent Ebarb. Multiple takedowns, fantastic striking on the feet. And as we take a look at the replay here, we'll see those takedowns. Beautiful, just ducks under that shot, gets the single leg, takes him to the ground. And then we see here beautiful strikes on the feet. Check left hook there. And Juan has just had no answers for the puzzle that is Trent Ebarb. Cutman working on that mouse under the eye of Juan Chavana. Seemed to got some of the swelling down there in between rounds.
And back to it again for our second round. Looks like Chavana's not holding back anymore on those strikes. Yep. Seems like his corner gave him some advice to let his hands go a little.
Doing a better job at circling, not standing still, but still standing flat-footed.
Almost lost his mouthpiece there.
And ate a nasty shot.
And Barb doesn't seem intimidated by Chavana letting loose of the hands. Still pushing forward and trying to back him into that cage.
Whoa!
Good clip, trying to go around to the back.
Juan doing a great job at stopping him from taking his back.
Nice defense and back up to the feet. Again, Ebarb just taking his time, slowly backing him up against the cage. You can see Chavana seems to continue to walk in the same direction, which Ebarb catches onto and tries to cut him off.
Well, and because Ebarb's foot is on the outside, that left foot is on the outside, he's controlling where Juan Chavana goes. Great takedown there.
Holding on to the body. Let's see if we can climb up here. Trying to step through and get some out.
This crowd is going crazy as their hometown kid has an absolute dominant first and thus far in the second round as well.
Keeping that pressure really well on top of Chavana. And there's a step over right into Mount. Chavana's trying to keep close to avoid any of that ground and pound.
Heavy ground and pound here from Trent Ebarb.
He's so high in the mount. Oh, goodness, turning over, giving him his back. Wow. Continues to stay on top of him.
He's got the rear naked choke here.
Oh, yeah. It's a perfect position to close this out. Starts getting the hand behind the head. Tighter and tighter. I don't see a lot of movement here from Chavana if he's fighting it. Looks like he let it go.
Beautiful ground and pound here. Just under a minute and 30 seconds to go. Juan's got to move.
Oh, that was a clear opening of the throat.
He gets the finish.
Wow.
Trent Ebarb by rear naked choke. This arena is on their feet.
Everybody. Wonderful job from Trent Ebarb.
Ladies and gentlemen, our feature fight comes to an end at 3 minutes 53 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by tap out by a rear naked choke, Beaumont's own Trent Ebarb.
I am here with your winner, Beaumont. Make some noise for your boy, Trent Ebarb. Trent, all week long, everybody kept talking about your jiu-jitsu being the factor in this fight, but you showcased not only your jiu-jitsu was a problem, but your striking was a problem. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
Awesome fight. I want to give my humble respects to Juan. I couldn't have done this without TPC behind me, Texas Punisher Crew. Here in Beaumont, Texas, we're a hole in the wall, but it has the best jiu-jitsu in all of the areas, all of the states. We'll take over. I feel like a superhero with the 409 behind me. You got to be a full-round MMA fighter, but I give all the credits to TPC that trained me.
How great does it feel to get a win here in the Ford Arena in your hometown?
Bro, this is a feeling I couldn't imagine. I used to watch monster trucks in this place, hockey games in this place. I even got my high school diploma in this building. And now I got the opportunity to take someone and get my undefeated record started here in the 409. I can't be more proud.
Well, it was a fantastic performance. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Trent Ebarb.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. 5 rounds for the vacant PFC Flyweight Championship. Presented to you by TipShare, the ultimate platform for restaurant professionals. Check them out today at gettipshare.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a freestyle fighter holding a pro record of 8 victories, opposite 7 defeats. He stands 5 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 123.4 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, here is Jesus Honey Badger Urbina. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist holding a pro record of 5 victories, opposite 4 defeats. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, 124.9 pounds. fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here is Jesse the Tornado Tafoya. And our referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, back to your corner.
Co-main event of the evening, flyweight strap is on the line. Jesus Urbina, Jesse Tafoya, 5-minute rounds.
Man, this is gonna be intense. Oh my gosh!
Jesse Tafoya!
Wastes no time. Wow, beautiful spinning back kick. God, this guy is talented. And look at the pressure here. Explosive, powerful, and unwavering. Oh my gosh, another one.
Again, and Urbina eats it like it's nothing.
Flying knee. Oh, this is brutal. Golly. Tafoya is not here to play any games. Wow. Such a powerful fighter.
So much explosiveness in this young man.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful step-in elbow.
See just the power from him. I mean, it's almost like a lion playing with a mouse.
Ooh, again.
See Urbina here trying to come back with some counters. Tafoya is just too fast and accurate. Good trip.
Tafoya gets the fight to the ground. Urbina very active off of his back. Elbows from the bottom. Tafoya lets him up.
Straight to the knee. Wow. It's like Tafoya is slowing down a little. It's still accurate with his striking.
Well, that was going to come at some point with all of the explosive movements of Tafoya. Now some blood coming out of the nose of Tafoya. Looks for a takedown there as Urbina, but ends up on bottom. Heel hook attempt here.
Quick into it, too. Gets out, trying to bring it back to the feet.
Has the wizard, keeps Urbina on the ground.
Nice control with that wizard.
Urbina doing a nice job, though, stepping over that leg. Nullifying the wizard. And puts Tafoya on his butt.
Urbina goes the right way to avoid that choke.
Urbina stepping over into a crucifix position here.
Oh, wow.
Urbina's going for Tafoya's going for the buggy choke here.
Wow, Urbina
steps over to mount.
Coming down with some elbows. See if he can take the back and bring it to a dominant position. Doesn't look like Tafoya is allowing that to happen. More movement and turn.
He's got the rear naked
choke.
choke
That in pretty deep.
Oh
my goodness! He took it back. Wow.
Jesus Urbina finishes Jesse Tafoya.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end at 4 minutes, 16 seconds into the very first round. For your winner by tap out by way of rear naked choke and new PFC flyweight champion, Jesus Honey Badger Urbina.
I am here with your winner and new flyweight champion, Jesus Urbina. How good does that sound?
Oh, it feels amazing. Fucking amazing. Excuse my language, but I'm just so excited.
Well, he hit you with a couple of nasty shots early on. How badly were you hurt?
I wasn't hurt. I'm not surprised. Jesse's a tough fighter. I knew he was going to bring it. But you know what? As a fighter, you got to believe in your own skill set. And I've got my own skill set.
Well, it was a phenomenal performance. How soon do you expect to get back in here?
As soon as possible. Just one thing. You know, there's an old Mexican saying that says you mess with the bean, you get the whole burrito. And a few weeks ago, one of my friends lost at 125 pounds. And I kind of want to exact some revenge for him. So, Josh Walker, if you're listening, I've got the strap now. You want to go to the UFC? A peak title wouldn't look bad on your resume. Come and try to get it. It won't happen, though.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner and new flyweight champion, Jesus Urbina.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final fight of the night is presented to you by Red's Ice House, home of the official Peak Fighting After Party. Finish fight night with us at Red's Ice House. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Commissioner in attendance, Joseph Salazar. Our three judges assigned to this fight: Ryan Thompson, Gregorio Alvarez, Susan Moore. And the third man inside the steel, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Joe Solis. And now, with our MMA fans watching live worldwide on Peak Pass from the Ford Arena, Beaumont, Texas, we are now set for the main event. 5 rounds for the undisputed PFC Lightweight Championship. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist holding a pro record of 8 victories, opposite 6 defeats. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 153.9 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Itabuna, Bahia, Brazil. Here is the challenger, Paulo Silva. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist holding a pro record of 5 victories, opposite a single defeat. He stands 6 feet tall. His official weight, 154.2 pounds. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, here is your defending PFC lightweight champion, Malik Lewis.
All right, fighters, we've gone over the rules in the back. If you wish, touch gloves. Let's do this.
Well, the lightweight strap is on the line. Malik Lewis defending his title against none other than Paulo Silva. 5 5-minute rounds in this championship bout, main event of the evening.
Whoa.
Beautiful outside
Heavy
leg
hands.
kick there by Silva, but immediately firing back is Lewis.
Look at the volume of the punches coming from Malik.
Beautiful teep kick there.
Good outside leg kick.
Nasty outside leg kick there by Silva. Inside leg kick there.
Looks like it caused Malik to switch up his stance there for a minute.
Malik very, very calm in this fight. Looking to see what Silva's gonna bring to the table. Big lesson he learned after Dana White's Contender Series loss that he suffered. Really put the work on his opponent in that last fight. But then, unfortunately, ended up slowing down later on in the fight, looking to take a more patient approach to this fight.
Brown pulls him right back in.
Very active guard there by Silva. Landing some shots from the bottom and also working. Malik looking to take Silva up against the cage. Start to land some of that ground and pound. Looking to trap that post arm of Silva.
Keeping the pressure against the cage. He's fighting that hand to prevent any type of choke from taking place. Good, keep it high and try and take the back. Silva did good.
Both fighters back to their feet. Silva telling Malik to come on.
Silva's doing well in those leg kicks, and Lewis is not liking them.
And that'll really start to pay dividends later on in this fight.
And you can see Lewis here gauging on when to throw those punches.
Beautiful switch stance there by Silva. I can assure you he learned that from Jorge Masvidal with American Top Team.
Yeah. You can see Lewis here just trying to set up the perfect strike. Perfect striking combo for him. Silva's doing a good job, though, keeping his distance. Good catch from Silva.
Lewis doing a great job, though, keeping his balance and able to disengage to avoid the takedown. Final minute of our opening round in this 5-round title bout. Little slip there from Malik.
Silva's got to be careful when he throws those
Beautiful
punches.
Outside low kick there from Malik Lewis. Just missing with that left hook.
Good outside leg kick. Clean jab. Lewis is following him.
Oh! Silva knocks down Lewis and immediately jumps on the guillotine.
Just keeping it heavy.
Looking to transition.
Tight here.
Rolling. Saved by the bell is Malik Lewis.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, Silva wasn't lying.
Heavy shot there landed.
Ooh, boy.
Take a look at the replay here.
Malik Lewis catches the leg of Silva, gets him to the ground, starts walking him over to his corner, and then here's that shot that set Malik Lewis down. It was just a counter too, and then immediately Silva jumped on him, had that guillotine, arm-in guillotine, and then transitioned here to a Darce choke, but Malik Lewis was saved by the bell. And
That was surprising.
They've got the ice on that right leg of Malik Lewis.
Looks like there's a slight bother in Lewis's leg. See a slight limp when he's coming forward. Silva's still gauging. Now that he knows that he can rock Lewis, he's gonna go right back to those. Oh,
Lewis does a great
catch
job
and
at getting the takedown here. Trying to keep Paulo flat on his back. Paulo's going for a Kimura here.
Oh, wow. Coming around to the side, trapping that arm.
Lewis doing a fantastic job at controlling Silva, stepping over in half guard and really looking to flatten him out here. Beautiful elbow there by Lewis. Again.
Good. Lewis is starting to find the timing.
Looking to trap that post arm.
Keeping that pressure heavy on top of Silva. He's trying to get that hand back around so he can possibly throw an elbow, unless he's trying to get that leg out.
Malik smothering Silva here, looking to disrupt the breathing and landing some nasty shots. Looking for a arm triangle here.
Still keeping that top pressure. Pressing down on the face of Silva. Ooh.
Nasty elbow there from Lewis. Hammer fist from the top.
Now he's got him all the way against the cage. Looks like Silva's trying to stand this back up if he can.
Lewis doing a great job lacing that leg, preventing Silva from being able to get back.
Good pressure here from Lewis. You see how he has that arm just wrapped around his back. It's preventing him from standing up at all or movement to where he wants to go. And when you're on the bottom with some type of person like Lewis on top, it's going to exhaust you just defending.
Well, he's being forced to carry the weight of Malik Lewis, who is already naturally a very, very big lightweight.
Nice, clean flush punches.
Just over a minute to go in this second round. Paulo Silva fighting, trying to get back to his feet.
Oh, nice turn in to avoid that back take.
Beautiful scramble there. Now Silva has Lewis pressed up against the cage. Looking to get a takedown here. Beautiful outside low kick there from Silva. Buckles the leg of Malik Lewis.
That's the same leg that Lewis was limping on earlier coming into the round.
30 seconds, stay sharp. Let's go.
Beautiful
nice
takedown there from Lewis.
Good commitment, grabbing the back leg. Gonna try and take him down again.
Silva back to his feet.
Wow.
Nasty shots. Lewis looking to end this round with style.
Man. Silva's giving him a little bit more work than he was expecting.
Much better round there for Malik Lewis.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
What a main event we have here. As we take a look at the replay, Lewis just nasty with the ground and pound, forcing Silva to carry that weight. And just landing elbows and strikes relentlessly from the top. Hammer fist after hammer fist. Much better round for the champion.
I would agree.
And if you're Silva, you really want to get back to where you were having that early success in round one. Keep the distance, land those outside low kicks, and then set up your strikes after you have Lewis thinking about those low kicks.
Yeah, those kicks are definitely in his advantage. Oh, Lewis starting to amp it up with his letting go of those hands more.
Beautiful duck under there by Lewis. Call him for an eye poke. Ref says he didn't see it, so they continue fighting.
Let's see if we can get that takedown.
Beautiful throw there, but Lewis does a great job at getting right back up to his feet. Lands a straight 1-2.
Oh, nice body shot.
Silva seems to be rocked here.
Oh boy, there Malik goes. Malik Lewis with those combos. The heavy hitter.
Silva firing back.
Look at Silva, he's rocked.
Beautiful knee to the body. Throws a straight. Malik looking for the takedown. Takes the back of Silva. Looking to get those hooks in.
Lewis is just sitting him back. Taking his time here until he gets that choke that he wants.
3 minutes left for Malik Lewis. Plenty of time to get it done. Cranking on the chin of Silva.
Just locked in that figure four. Silva's here fighting the hands.
And Silva needs to roll to his left on the side where that lock is to relieve some of that pressure.
Rolls into him.
Rolls to mount.
And here goes that ground and pound.
Malik's got a high mount on him. Heavy ground and pound here. Silva's got to move or the ref's going to stop it.
Silva's got to defend. Because Lewis is just going with the punches.
Silva's firing back. Looking at the ref to step in.
Lewis just continues at this pace and stays on top of him, we should get a nice ground and pound finish here.
Plenty of time left to work for the champion.
There we go, those elbows that the crowd is screaming for.
Oh, Malik Lewis. Nasty ground and pound, and Lewis is definitely getting tired here. Paulo Silva trying to hold on for dear life.
The only reason the ref isn't stopping it is because Silva keeps tossing up that right hand, trying to attempt to push Lewis off.
Both fighters exhausted. Lewis continuing to look to the ref to stop the fight.
If he could come down just a little bit harder on those elbows, he might get the finish that he's wanting. There we go, another elbow.
Heavy elbows from the champion.
See? He's not gonna be able to take those. Constant ground and
10
pound.
seconds to go.
Wow.
It's over.
Woo!
Malik Lewis remains the lightweight champion of the world.
Wow. Blood is just filling the eyes of Silva. Whew.
Our referee in charge, Joe Solis, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 4 minutes 53 seconds into round number 3 for your winner by TKO and still PFC lightweight champion Malik Lewis.
I am here with your champion and still the lightweight champion of the world, Malik Hard Knock Lewis. Malik, phenomenal performance. He clipped you early on in the first round. How badly were you hurt?
He caught me. It was a good punch. Set me on my butt. But I just came off a fight where I couldn't do what I did today. I was sick. Excuses. A lot of things happened, but I still fight. The Contender Series fight, I still went in there, and I gave it my all. I couldn't fight, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't push through. I never have quit in me. Doesn't matter if I get rocked, it doesn't matter if I get tired. I'll keep fighting, I'll keep pushing. I deserve to be in the UFC. I was better than that guy, with much respect to him, but I'm better than a lot of these guys because I work harder than a lot of these guys. So give me the call, I'll be waiting.
Well, it was an unbelievable performance. You definitely showed championship grit and championship heart. How soon can we expect to see you back in here if you don't get the call up to the UFC?
Well, I might be put on the short notice, but I'm a fighter, so as soon as possible. I'm not waiting for anyone.
And still, ladies and gentlemen, the lightweight champion of the world, Malik Hard Knock Lewis. And I am here with Paulo Silva. Paulo, it was a phenomenal performance. You displayed an unbelievable amount of courage and heart. How badly were you hurt? And give me your thoughts on Malik as an opponent.
Before I answer your question, I just want to thank God to give me the opportunity to keep training and come over here to fight for the title. You know, I gave my best. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the victory. Congratulations for Lewis. You know, he showed a very good heart, tough opponent. I tried my best, you know, but unfortunately, I could not get the victory. There's no excuse. me gonna just go back home and keep training. I'm gonna say something em português. Muito obrigado a todo mundo que estava lá torcendo por mim. Desculpa, eu tentei, dei meu máximo, mas meu oponente foi melhor que eu hoje à noite. E aí, alô, comunidade, muito obrigado aí por você estar gastando seu tempo para poder me assistir. Me desculpa, estou um pouco triste comigo, mas não deu. I'm sorry everyone that was over there, cheers for me. I tried, but I couldn't. Luis deserve, and congratulations for him.
Well, it was an honor to call your fight. I'm sure we'll see you back here again. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Paulo Silva.